Okay. Uh, Good morning, dear students. Today, we would like to start the introduction to the ENT. ENT means ear, nose, and throat. When I was in the outpatient department, one patient came and then he said, "Sir, I have some problem in the eye." Then he said, "You have come to your wrong department." Then he was saying, E means ENT. E means eye, I thought. Then he said, no, E is ear. So, ear, nose, throat. This is the faculty, and I would like to uh, tell you about the development of this department, because maybe some 50, 60 years back, after MBBS, you are the master, and people were attending to the the orthopedic cases, the fracture cases. They used to do the tonsillectomies. They used to do the eye surgeries. They used to do the gynec obstetrics surgical procedures. So that was the time when all the people, the just MBBS was the degree. Now, as the advancements have occurred, because of various contributions from various scientists and leaders who have given us information, the medicine department, or the purview of the doctor has increased tremendously. And the contributions are primarily, the first one we should say is the anatomy. The anatomy is the most important um, knowledge that you have, because that is the foundation of the medical science. It's something like in a construction, the foundation has to be strong. So the anatomy, that is the structure of each organ. Let it be in the department of ENT, you have the ear, you have the nose, you have the throat. And to understand the basic anatomy, the structure of the ear, nose, and throat, a lot of people have done great work to understand what is there in the body, and this was done by what is known as the uh, dissection. This dissection process started sometime in the 16th centuries, when some of the people who wanted to know what is there in the body and what are the structures that are present and how do they function, how does the body function. So they were so inquisitive, they wanted to know what are the various structures that are present in a human body. So these people, the inquisitive people, uh, were waiting. They used to wait at the graveyard. When somebody dies, usually the people used to come and then bury the body there. And once the relations go away, these people used to dig out the grave and then take the body to some kind of underground uh, rooms or places where they are not disturbed, and they started cutting the body and trying to see what are the various structures that are present in the in the human system. So this is how and they've been everything. Um, they were noting down that there is a structure like this, a red one, a blue one, a white one, the nerves, the intestines, the heart, slowly the liver, the kidneys. They were able to identify and then make a note so that um, the entire system can be understood. So these are the people who have done the dissections underground and gave us the information that these are the structures that are present in the human body. And of course, there were several other people. They were sometimes they were so inquisitive uh, to have this kind of an experience to know dissect the bodies, and when there were no bodies, no deaths that were taking place, uh, they used to employ, they used to tell these brokers who supply the bodies, and these people used to um, kill people. There's a topic in the forensic medicine which is called, there are two people, Brown and Burke. These are the people who used to kill people, and and those human bodies were sold to these so-called doctors or the scientists. And so that was the extreme that was going on. And so that is how basically they have established the bones, the muscles, the various, the intestines, the cardiovascular system. And in this, the Harvey, William Harvey was the one. There were so many people, Galen and things like that. And William Harvey, he was the one in the 16th, 17th century, who has established that it is the heart, the circulatory system. Okay, and he has gone up to the extent of um, giving this kind of a contribution. He has even dissected his father's dead body, his own sister's body. See, they were so inquisitive. They wanted to know what is there inside the system. And so these are the people who have contributed to the anatomy and defined the various structures and described them. And of course, we have this Hippocrates, who is considered as the father of medicine, the father of anatomy. He was the one who has studied the various disorders and uh, various diseases, categorized them systematically, and made the contribution. And he's called as the father of medicine. So anatomy, and then the physiology. After the anatomy, the structure of each organ and how it functions and what are the functions of these. That is described by the physiology. The physiology is the function. For example, you have the ear. Now, ear, anatomically, you have the external ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. And the physiology of the ear, the functions of the ear are, one is, of course, the hearing, the other one is the balancing mechanism. So, how this was described, we'll come to that a little later. So these are the contributions that have contributed to the development of understanding of how the systems work, the anatomy and physiology. Then, of course, um the pathology, the microbiology, and the pharmacology. All these specialties also have developed. Pathology is the one which describes the abnormal swellings that occur and how they alter the anatomy. And by altering the anatomy, they also alter the physiology and produce a disease state. Okay. For example, in the nasal cavity,